Intermat is here with the new head coach of the University of Jamestown, Coach Jim Zalesky. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so how does that sound, head coach, University of Jamestown?
That sounds good. My name's James, so I'm going to my own town, and their nickname's Jimmy, so I've been always called Jimmy, so you can't beat that.
Yeah, you know what? I was wondering about that. I saw some of my friends online were having some fun with that, so I'm glad you noticed and you thought that was funny as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
um, so just tell us a little bit of how all this came together.
Well, the AD up there, Sean Johnson, contacted me when the job came open, wondered if I'd be interested. And, having a year off the mat, and I've been kind of helping some local high schools around here. I'm in Arizona right now, and getting back on the mat that way kind of, got my itch going again. So when this opportunity came open, I went up there, looked at the situation. They got good facilities, they got pretty good tradition there. So it was something I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah, I wanted to get in on that a little bit. What was attractive, the facilities, the tradition, what else made it a place that you wanted to, uproot and go to North Dakota?
Yeah, it's a, close-knit community. The coaches are all get together. I think that coaching camaraderie is really important no matter what you go. You gotta have that. They got girls wrestling. Shauna Kemp's the women's coach up there. Got to meet and talk to her. So I think just in the leadership of the university, the president and the AD, I like that kind of a situation. They had great leadership there, so that was important to me.
All right, so go back, just maybe a year from now, after leaving Oregon State. You'd been at Iowa, then very quick transition to Oregon State. As an assistant at Iowa. Been in the game for so long. Did you feel like you were done as a college coach?
No, not really. I never thought about retirement or anything like that. I always thought you always looked forward to the next year. I always had to plan for the next year. So I think it was good to have a year off last year, especially with everything that what they went through with all the COVID stuff and everything. It's probably a good year to be out of coaching. So I think that year of transition there, having that year off, maybe get to sit back and watch wrestling a little bit. I got to watch the NCAAs and get to watch, and then just kind of have an opportunity to come in and get back into coaching.
Yeah, and I was going to ask. You mentioned you're in Arizona and you had that time away from coaching. What were you able to do? Because I'm sure this is the first time in, I don't know, decades, maybe your entire life that you've had, that much time away from the mat, being able to, sit back and enjoy it or do stuff off the mat.
Yeah, sit back for somebody able to sit back and really watch the NCAA tournament, enjoy, without being in and having all, you guys wrestling and the stress and that kind of thing. So it was fun watching it this year. It's probably the first time I've had that since my freshman year where I was redshirting and got to watch the tournament. So it was fun that way. And I think it's just, getting refreshed. Sometimes you get refreshed when you're not around it every day.
And you had mentioned, the support and the facilities are, very, top notch. But I was wondering, after being at Iowa so long, just one of the most historic programs out there, lots of fan support administration, Oregon State, Power 5 school as well. The transition to going to an NAIA school, it could be, I don't know, difficult or at least different for you as far as, resources in the past compared to now going to an NAIA school.
Yeah, the resources are going to be different. They're always different every level. They're different. A lot of schools, in the Division I, everybody doesn't have the same resources. So I think you have to look what you have. I don't always look at what you don't have. It's what you do have, and you kind of build from there. So I think the most important thing is you're working with kids that want to wrestle. They have goals, maybe being a national champion and getting their education. So that's the most important thing about coaching is getting those kids in there that have those goals and working with them and make sure they get their degree and have a great experience while they're there at the university.
And you're talking about the kids that you're going to be working with. What do you know this far about the team that you're inheriting, the guys that are coming back for next year?
Well, I think it's a pretty young team. So I think it's a pretty young team, a lot of freshmen coming back. So I met a few of them when I was out there on a trip, but hopefully I get to know those guys this spring, this summer a little bit more, and then look forward to meeting all those guys in the fall.
And we're barely 24 hours after the announcement's been made, so I'm sure there's a lot to be done. But is there anything as far as a staff that's been, put together or anything
Well,
like
I
that?
think, yeah, I think the guys over there that, Claude Robinson's been there for a while, and I've been the assistant there. So, I think I kind of inherited staff, which is good. They've been there. They really helped me, like, hey, what have you done? What have you haven't done? So, I think it's good to have that. You get the staff that's there, and so the wrestlers have some familiarity when they're coming back into the program.
I feel like it's kind of an exciting time to be at the NAIA level. We just had a national tournament where Grandview got knocked off by Life for the first time in years, and that tournament was back and forth, a lot of fun. The other day you had Ben Provisor, the Olympian, who's now going back to college at Grandview. You're jumping in here at Jamestown. It could be a lot of fun in the near future at the NAIA level.
No, it could be. I mean, always been a pretty, good level. I mean, maybe you don't have the talent you do at the D1 level, but you got a lot of good wrestling. A lot of guys maybe that got overlooked in the past. Maybe you also have guys that are transferring from NAIA to Division One because maybe all of a sudden maybe the coaches there see the opportunity of having those guys prove themselves at the NAIA level, so they're jumping Division One. So it goes back and forth, but I think it's exciting.
All right, Coach. Is there anything else that you want people to know about Jamestown wrestling? Anything in general?
I think it's I think it's got pretty good tradition, and it's like I said, it's the Jimmies. So I got to watch out for the Jimmies anymore.
That's right. We will be watching out. Thanks a lot, Jim Zalesky, for joining us, and good luck at Jamestown.
Thank you. I appreciate it.